Close with Shawn Cruz, who is a trade strategist at TD Ameritrade. Shawn, good to see you. So yesterday we talked about the VIX. It's fallen quite a lot today. You surprised?
I was a little surprised to see a pullback, this far closer to 18. I mean, we're off of the lows we saw for the day, but I was expecting a little bit more concrete news to come out before we were really going to see a meaningful pullback. I also was expecting bond yields to rise a little further than they have before we'd see the VIX this close to 18. So I was expecting it to maybe get down to 20, maybe a little below that, because we've had such a broad-based rally. But I was a little surprised to see VIX pull back as much as it has. But I'm still waiting for yields to rise a little bit to maybe be that second force that pushes us even higher in equities.
Yeah, to that point, I mean, you look at what's leading the S&P higher today. It's industrials, it's financials, it's tech stocks. But if you look at the week as a whole, especially given the fact that we did have all of this volatility, it is some of those more defensive sectors like utilities, like real estate, like staples that are higher on the week. Does that sound like a trend that's going to carry through into next week?
I think next week's going to be very interesting in that we are going to hear from the Fed. And I don't know if you want to move into staples, necessarily to try and get a lot of anything defensive, really, to get that big upside move. But I would look at it as one to maintain equity exposure, but be able to ride out volatility without getting as much, I'd say, of this back and forth wash that you've gotten if you were in something like financials or tech. So you can look into staples as one area to get an opportunity. If you look at names like Procter & Gamble or Conagra, they actually had relatively decent weeks despite all of this volatility that we've seen. So look at names like that as maybe somewhere to be in equities and not be as exposed to some of the more volatile sectors.